Holy moly's. Hope he does better now with the Concord. Okay guys, back out here. Doing the fun part. Just wiping the oil off the sides. Then we'll give it a cleaning. So, I'm gonna get rid of this decal too. That's a reproduction. Those are original decals that AMC put on going down the assembly line. I got them somewhere. So that thing's looking all weathered and shitty. Time to take it off. So with that said, I'm not going to obviously get the oil off the header. That'll burn off. So we got the chrome valve cover back on. Got to clean it. And I started wiping up some basic stuff I use. Like Fantastic. I just soak a paper towel and just keep wiping until it comes up clean. It doesn't do any damage that way. Seem to have gotten everywhere up here. Then we'll give it a quick wax. I'm gonna get all down in the firewall there, make sure it's all good. Then after the top is done, we'll get the bottom. This will take a day or two. It's all discombobulated. Only because I'm not spending all my nights out here. So, with that said, let's keep working, guys. Do a little bit more and call it a night. I figure I'll leave you guys there as I'm working. We'll talk a little bit. I don't know what we're going to talk about. I don't have a clue. But I will tell you one thing. I'm just figuring this out. I am not an anti-American. There's a way of wording it, huh? The reason I say that is I'm talking about all the haters that comment on my GM brake line video. For some reason, once you make a comment against GM, they think you're an anti-American for some reason. I was just trying to share my feelings on it, that all these brake lines are rupturing, all these people are getting hurt, and the government's not forcing GM to do anything. Doesn't that make you wonder? Doesn't that make you wonder? Think it has anything to do with the bailouts? Or do you have to go to school for 6 years and be an analyst for someone to actually say that out loud? But the bottom line is, hopefully, that nobody, whoever reads my comments, listens to my channel, ever gets hit, ever owns one and loses control, never runs anybody over, never witnesses a family member getting hurt because of those faulty brake lines. That ain't being anti-American. The biggest argument I always get back, and this has been going on for years, is they won't support buying an import car, even after I say that most of the import cars are made in the United States. They say, well, the parent company is still overseas. And my answer to that is, would you rather buy an imported car that's made in the United States and has Americans and whoever else is involved going to work every day, making a decent wage, coming home with a salary and supporting their family? Or would you rather buy your so-called American car, okay, that farms their stuff out around the world? So yeah, the parent company is making the money, but the parent company isn't sharing it with your fellow Americans. They're sharing it overseas. And if you don't believe me, just look at the Maroni label when you go to buy your car. I don't care what kind of car you buy. It's listed on there. Tells you where the engine and transmission was made, tells you where the final assembly is, and tells you what the majority of parts are imported and domestic. They don't tell you that they're made in China. Like a lot of wiring harnesses are made in China. Nobody tells you that. It's just the case. But It was just something I was thinking about because I got another comment, but it wasn't a bad comment, it was a good comment. You know what I mean? There are some people that I guess have the problem, then they go online to see if anybody else has the problem and my video pops up. So the real foul comments, like I've told you guys, are all deleted. With that said, I was just in the house to do a mail call video for Frame Off, who was nice enough to send Junior a gift, and Junior's on the phone with one of his friends in Vegas. So when they're like Skyping and working on some project or something, so now was not the time. But I do want you to know that there is a video coming. I was hoping it would be now, and that we definitely appreciate the gift. I'm definitely sorry that I thought the gift came from somewhere else. I never saw the package. Someone else took credit for that gift, and that upsets me a lot. But then again, this person always sends my son presents, and no matter what my son calls him and asks him, he takes credit for it. So, was it on purpose? Who knows? It's just the way his personality is. I don't think he was trying to steal anybody's limelight. It's just, he just takes credit for everything. And he seems to have a clear conscience about it. So, with that said, Junior did get an awesome present. I'm not going to say what it is. I'd rather do a videotape on it, and that will be coming up shortly. So, I don't know how long he's going to be doing what he's doing. Sometimes he does it for hours. So, I'm sure it's not going to be today, but it'll definitely be in the very near future. So, with that said, let me fish the tube down there. Stove looks clean. See if there's any oil on it. Yeah, everything has some kind of film on it. So, yeah. I'm an anti-American. And I ain't an anti-anything. I don't care where you're from. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care what you worship, as long as you don't hurt people. There you go. Those are all my stipulations. For anybody that's unaware of what this is, as you can see me feed it down there, this is a breather. And if anybody ever uses these, put a little sealer around here. You don't see it once it's on. Put a little sealer in here, because as oil builds up inside this thing, it will seep down here and go on your valve covers. But basically what this is a breather, Chrysler style. Doesn't matter if it says Moroso on it or you get it from Pep Boys, it's the same filter. We actually went in here with the borescope that time. Basically you got a bunch of louvers in there and a lot of gauze, and by the time the oil makes it up to the top, it's just moisture, not moisture, vapor. And originally, if you have a closed system, this would go to the air cleaner. Okay, and if you were driving down the road naturally, okay, the PCV system draws in, so this has air going that way. So you're getting filtered air into here and then into your engine, goes across the crankcase and comes out the PCV, so you're always getting blow-by gases out. But when you put the car to the floor and it's under a heavy load, there isn't enough engine vacuum, so it reverses and it comes out this way. It goes up into your breather or your air filter and gets drawn in the carburetor. In this case, I have scavenger valves. You can't see them down there on top of my headers. Okay, so this end here goes to the header, and this end here goes to my valve covers. And when you're accelerating hard, you get a lot of negative pressure in your exhaust. Okay, that's where the tone changes, and it draws all the blow-by and attempts to put the crankcase into a negative pressure, and that's what all goes on a race car. The way I run these naturally is I run them as a breather, and this goes right across my rear shackle on my leaf spring. Because when I drove around town, okay, you build up pressure. I don't have enough negative pressure, so I use them normally as a breather. And if you want to plug them on, the thing is right next to it, you plug them on. So that's what I found to be working good. I'm not getting any oil in it. Okay, all the oil's cleaned up. Top side, bottom side, onto the tranny, everywhere. Everywhere I can get to. Again, filthy. So now it just needs a final, like, clean. You know what I mean? That's it. I'm gonna have this car ready for the weekend for Father's Day. No ifs, ands, or buts. Even if it's pouring oil out the valve covers, who gives a shit? As long as we can go for a ride. So, with that said, guys, I'm calling it. I checked with Junior. He's still doing this thing, whatever you call that. We talked to multiple people. But that's it, guys. Everybody take care. Everybody have a good day. And I'll talk to you later.